Hi guys, so welcome to the Chit Chat Show on Lego TV and Lego TV Radio. My name is Idafi Matthew Esiogana. You love to call me the Lego One of Sports. And you know, as we always say, wherever there is a Nigerian that is doing us proud, we are going to go look for that Nigerian and talk to them and get their story out there. We are not all about Osh Poppy, and I'm not one of those persons who crucify people before a competent judge or court makes their decisions and their findings. Not everybody who is allegedly accused or arrested is actually guilty. But that's not the story. But like I always say on this show, we are not a nation of criminals. The deeds of 0.1% cannot define 180 million and counting. We are good people. We have excellent people, hardworking, dedicated, educated, future-minded people, people who are progressive-minded, people who survive against the odds, people who do great things. And one Nigerian is doing us great pride and honor in faraway Thailand. And I've been to Thailand a couple of times. It's a very, very lovely place, a colorful place, a place of plenty of spices. But beyond that, it's a difficult place to say, you know, if you don't understand the tradition, the way of the people, and the language, the Thai language. But then they say that the one, in Pidgin English, we say, "Pikin where God carry for back, you know, the kickstone." So there is always that one person who becomes a standard person, even in a foreign land. The Bible is replete of that. Joseph in Egypt, Daniel in Babylon, and a whole lot of other stories. And we've also talked about the Nigerian spirit, the ability of Nigerians to thrive in any land. If there is no Nigerian in a place, they say that land is not a good land. So let's welcome the amazing and the elegant coach of a team in Thailand. Who will introduce that team to us, is also a pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church of God in Thailand, the church where I wedded as well. Let's welcome Pastor and Coach Adebayo Gbadebo. Coach, welcome to the Chit Chat Show with me.
Thank you so much, Mr. Edafe. It's a great pleasure to join your program on TV.
Okay, so let's hit the ground running. Before we talk about what's happening in Thailand, I like to use the catapult effect. They say if you want your stone to go very far, you draw it far back. Okay. One of the greatest stories in the Bible was David using the slingshot, which we now call a catapult. So let's drag back so that we can hit our target on this. Which of the preface comes well, pastor or coach?
It's okay. You can call me coach. No problem.
Okay, Coach Gbadebo, take us through your life's journey. Who is Coach Adebayo Gbadebo?
Once again, I would like to say good afternoon to fellow Nigerians, and it's a great pleasure to be a guest on this noble platform.
Thank you,
I thank Mr. Edafe for this wonderful invitation. And I'm listening to the wonderful description. I feel very strange and elated because I just want to thank God for His grace over my life. God has been really wonderful and faithful. He has done many things that I cannot explain. But just like your question, straight to it is, I came to Thailand in 1998. I was playing before at Lebanon, and I played at Lebanon from 1994 to 1998. That was after playing for Stars in 93. So, and since 1998, today, I've been a football player here in Thailand with the best club at my time. We won the league 2 times, and I was voted as the best player for a whole year of the league.
Wow.
And through my playing in many Asia Champions League, I've gotten offer to so many clubs in Southeast Asia such as Indonesia, and it was huge money, which was at that time. And also, I've gotten offered to India. Also, it was another huge money because through the performances while we are playing games and they enter into contract, it was a little bit different, unlike now.
Yeah.
And I've been to so many countries, playing so many Champions League matches in Japan, in China, in so many places, because every year my team, we always win either the league or we win the FA Cup. So we are always on the international scene. That was as a player. And I decided to stay in Thailand because God has blessed me with a wonderful wife who is also a Thai citizen by name Mrs. Morudi Gbadebo. So our agreement was to train our kids in Thailand because just like what you have said from your little visit, Thailand has its own peculiar culture, and it's also a peaceful country with so many opportunities. Yeah. And so we decided to train our kids there. And thank God, one of them has gotten admission to university in Canada that we trust in God she will travel this year. So, and after my footballing career, I decided to also share from my, to give back and to share, and I believe it's an avenue or area where God has put in me, because while I was playing in Thailand, there was a lot of challenge about the people looking at the country that they're not really playing football, and in Thailand they have a lot of potentials, Now, like I have three of them. They have three players now playing in Japan, wonderful players. And one of them played with the team that won the league last year. His name is Teraton. They play with Yokohama, and he's one of the best players in Japan right now. I saw a lot of good things in the Thai people talking about talent. And also, I believe also from what I have passed through and what I have learned, I also can make impact in Africa, especially in my country, Nigeria. So blend together, I see my future going into coaching and my passion for it, because I knew in Africa we have talent and we have opportunities for so many people to become great and to transform their family as well as change their society and also do many great things for themselves as well as for the humanity through the development of their talents. So all these things with also desire for me to impart this knowledge. We know it's not easy because in Thailand, they make so many things well organized. One good thing about Thailand is they are very organized. You cannot just wake up in the morning and be a coach tomorrow. You have to go through the licenses, which take time. So I started my licenses since 2006. Wow. So since 2006 till now, 2019, I got the pro license. So it takes a long time. And why? Yes. And so if not for somebody that God has really given the courage, you will give up, because you will just look at it. I cannot, because to coach the top team in Thailand, you must have a pro license. And as you know, in Europe, they make it very fast for them. In Thailand, it's very, very strict. They don't give you. I can count by my fingers number of people with pro license. It's not common. It's because you not just go and apply. you must be invited by the federation, looking at your performances, your quality, and so many reports before you can be invited to do that license, because that qualify you also as UEFA Pro license as they are doing it right now. So, and this has been, I believe in excellence, and I believe that with God, nothing is impossible. And as long as I put all my trust in God, that nothing God deserves more than excellence. So I never look at the number of years. So even in challenges, we keep on doing the courses. And I can tell you, it changed so many things about my perception and transform a lot of things. It's really what it is. A new level, is totally different. Thank you.
Okay, so you also combine being a football player, now a coach, with being a pastor. How do you find the balance? Because, I mean, sometimes you have a game and then you have to preach. How do you find the balance?
Okay, I want to thank God for His grace. Actually, my little position as a pastor is not only pastor, I'm the pastor in charge and the country coordinator of the Redeemed Christian Church of God in Thailand.
So how do you balance that? Because the Redeemed Christian Church of God, as I know it, because I went through the workers in training, so it's a very demanding responsibility. I mean, a walk with God is not just about redeem. The walk with God is a demanding responsibility. It's not something you, how do I put it now? David said, I would not give to God what costs me nothing. And sometimes it's not just about money. It's about your time. It's about your service. It's about your duty. So how do you commit to that? Giving to God what costs you nothing, and also committing to, because your job as a coach is a professional job. So like you said, excellence is what you pursue. So to give excellence means you cannot afford to give excuses. You cannot afford to be distracted. How do you balance the two? I mean, this is not just telling me, oh, thank God for grace. Explain in details. How do you balance the two? Because it's
okay. I wish we will have the whole of today if you want me to explain in detail, because my life is a living testimony, because I was born and brought up as a Muslim.
Whoa.
I was born and brought up as a Muslim. So I had an encounter with God while I was playing football in Lebanon. I will just make it brief because I'm doing a book on that.
Okay.
While playing football in Lebanon, I had an accident on the field, and it affected all my legs, that I could not walk on my leg for 2 good years.
Wow.
So it was after 2 years that the Lord, by His own definite mercy, brought me back and healed my leg, because I've done 2 surgeries without success. So I saw God in action in my life. That's a whole testimony on its own. So I saw God without anybody praying for me. I saw God transforming my life from a leg that could not walk by His own miraculous hand. And that was when I gave my life to God, myself, without anybody preaching to me. And I decided to know God more. So ever since then, I've been in His presence, dedicated my life to Him. So it has never been a burden for me to be in God's presence, because I owe God everything about my life, because everything was lost. So now that brought me to now coming to Thailand and working as a coach, as a pastor. I never have the dream or vision to be a pastor, but that is another testimony as well. God, by his infinite mercy, chose me to be a pastor and put me where I am. But I can tell you, sir, I believe God has prepared me a long time. And, you know, because I know that even while I was in the secondary school, I do so many tasks. I'm a man that God has blessed with many tasks. I can do many things same time because I always like to be organized. That's the first thing. I don't like confusion. I like to organize myself. And so that I believe if you are well organized, God is not an author of confusion. If you organize and commit your plan into God's hand, He will make it to come to pass when you trust God. So I believe a lot in organization, and I'm in a country where things are well organized. You need to organize yourself daily, monthly, annually, long time, short plan, because planning is winning. That's when you have a plan, then you take it to God. That's what I do a lot. And that was what I was doing from my primary school, from my secondary school, which I do not even know, because I'm from a father that takes education very serious. So for me to cover up, for him not to know that I'm playing football because he don't want me to play football, I must organize how to study very well so that I'll be at the top of the class. So I will not have any question whether I'm playing football or not. So, and that helped me a lot. So that when I was doing my A-levels at Anwar Islam College at Agege, I was already playing for professional football. I was already playing amateur football with local league club at Agege. At Agege, the team we train on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And we will play our league matches in one of those days. While again, I'm playing for another club at Badagry. They train on Thursday. We train on Tuesday, on Thursday, and we play our match on Saturday at FHA ground. So I'm playing 2 local leagues, and I've also studied.
That is incredible.
I have to study very well. I have to pass because my father must not know I'm playing because I was living with my sister when I was doing my A-levels. So my sister happened to be a banker. She has no time. She leave the house 5:30 in the morning. She come back already 9:30. So already before she come, I must already be at home. So, but I need to cover my ground. So I must get myself well organized. So these have really been something that I thank God because He trained me a lot to know this. And when I got to the university, I decided not to even play football in the university because my father threatened me a lot that university is a very serious place. So I decided no football. Now, when I got to university, I started playing football the first day.
You are a strange human being. Only you say you will not play football.
Yeah, I decided.
Oh Lord.
No,
you didn't even
let me share with you. No, one first day, because that was the only opportunity for me to get a room to sleep. If you are not a sportsman, you can't get a bed.
Oh, I understand.
So automatically as a footballer, and I happen to be already in a club, exposed player. So I got a hall where I started playing, and they have a match the following day, even against Adebayo, who was playing for, and we won the match. And from there, I was called to the school national team, and from day one till I finished university, I was already playing football for the school.
The spirit of football. Oh God.
While I was playing for the school, because so many local clubs also. So the coaches will come, they beg us to play for them, and they are paying us. So it's another way of putting money in your pocket. And you have, so I was playing now in Ibadan for other clubs. I play with UI staff, I play with Union Bank, and I play with Railways. So I was with them. While I was even studying, I was playing also in the club. So I need to get myself organized. And to God be the glory, I never had any to take over my course or to have a carryover in any of my courses. I studied sociology, and by God's grace, I have to organize extra teachers for myself through my students. So because I have the money and I have to organize them a lot to study with them later in the day when I don't know some of the area or I miss some of the classes. So this really strengthened me, and the one that I really thank God and I never stopped to thank God for was my final year. In my final year, before my final year, my father discovered now that I was playing football. Whoa. Because my name was on the list that was invited of the people that were invited to the national team camp, and it was in the newspaper. So when my father saw it, he came straight to the school. That was after the Nuga 90. And he told me, listen to me, so ever since you have been playing football, and you promised me you will not play football, is this not your name? So I cannot lie. So he told me, listen, I will never pay your school fees again. He told me that I will not pay your school fees. I don't believe you will come out of this school because nobody play football and get good grades. I told you already to stop football, concentrate, and study very hard. I said, okay, Dad, please forgive me. I will stop the football. I'm moving to final year. He said, you don't believe I'm moving to final year. All I'm saying is lies, blah. So a lot of argument, and he left. He was not happy. I was sad that I make my father not to be happy. So I really made up my mind not to play football again. But when I went back home, meeting him with some of my uncles, my mom, my father is a disciplinarian. He just told me point blank, believe me, it's finished with two of us. You just take care of yourself. But while I'm talking with him, a club is waiting to give me a huge, at that time, a huge sign-on fee, and my contract is waiting. And the club is playing in the professional league, but that is the Nigerian Railway Corporation. They are in Lagos. So because I'm part of the team in Ibadan, so they want me to come and join them in Lagos because now they are playing in the league, in the national league. Now it's the professional level. It's crazy. I cannot be traveling from it because we have to train every day. We train every morning or sometimes twice, morning and evening. Now, when my father said no, I had no other choice than to take care of myself. I will have a lot of money. Salary, sign-on fee at that time is huge amount of money. So I said to myself that, well, maybe God just want me to play one more time.
Jesus, how we use God to justify everything this word?
No, because I did everything. I make up my mind. I've decided I will not play. I've decided I also wanted to have, because I knew if I push hard, I would get good grade. I will not only get 2-2, I will be able to move to 2-1. I was ready to sacrifice 1 year because football is in my mindset, so I know I can still play football anytime. But I want to sacrifice. But when my father pushed so hard and he's not paying, and I have a lot of money waiting for me and a big contract, I said, okay, let's do it. Only I need to get myself because it's final year, I need to do my project. I don't want to get any carryover. I don't want to also disappoint. I want to prove a point to my father that I will graduate at that year. And I can tell you, sir, I travel from Lagos, Ibadan every day.
Wow.
Virtually, sometimes twice. And I don't have a car of my own. So after the training in the morning, I'll start to move, shower, go straight to Ojota straight to classroom. Classroom finish, going back to Lagos.
Wow.
It was like that for 1 good year. It was, and God, that's why I say I thank God, because you know, many accidents on that road. Sometimes I just take the bus because I'm so tired. I slept off already. I'll just wake up and we're already at Ibadan. I don't even know which vehicle, but I have policy. I never take vehicle on the road, quick one. I have my street policy. I only take straight at the garage because I want everything to be well noted. I don't join people. I don't go with other people's cars. I will take the one at the garage. So both garage. So I'm always moving every time. So I think to now combine pastor with my coaching job, yes, it's a big, especially as a country coordinator, a big task. Coming Friday, we have Holy Communion, we have night vigil, we have many things, like you know. So just this coming Friday is the first week of the new month. So a lot of preparation, and I thank God. And our league also, I have to prepare. We are doing a pre-season plan and everything. So it's a lot of job, but I love it. I'm born for this purpose. And if I don't do it, I will not be okay. I think God has really prepared me for this. This is one thing that I really see.
Yeah, from your explanation, I accept the fact that anybody who can, I understand what playing football and going to school is, because that was what I did when I was in Uniport, but it was in the same city. My own case is different from your own. Anybody who can do Ibadan to railway, I think railway was at Yaba.
Yeah, Loko.
Good, they were at Loko, Yaba. So anybody who could just juggle between going to Yaba and entering a bus at the garage at Ojota, straight to Iwo Road, and then from there to University of Ibadan, and still come out with good grades and still be able to play football professionally. I think the word multitasking is very, very small to describe you. So I take my question back, and I accept now that you were designed for that. So let's get to know Thailand through your own experience. Let's say my viewers are planning to travel and they want to go to Thailand. You know, the thing about traveling, especially going to a new country, two things that easily mess you up is you don't have information about the places to go to, and you don't have information about the food. And then you go there, you eat some food. Sometimes the worst problem that tourists face is eating the wrong food, and then you're stuck in your hotel because of food poisoning, because of stress. So talk to us about Thailand. If I'm coming to Thailand as a first time, I don't mean I've been to Thailand before, but for people who are coming for the very first time, what are the things to look out for? What are the fun sites to try to visit? What are the experiences you want them to get?
Thailand is among the top tourist country, and is a country that is visited before the COVID-19. Over millions of people monthly and annually. You can never imagine. All the international airports never stop working, and the immigration works over time to keep with the pace of tourists, especially from Europe and the Arab world, which they are very open to. So Thailand has a very different culture that is quite interesting. They welcome foreigners a lot, and they are very open to tourists coming into the country because it's another avenue that they believe for the economy of the country, which is really thriving and stable. So this make it something I would like to tell anyone that is coming. You know, when people traveling from our place in Nigeria, we have people of different mission of traveling. So if you are traveling to Thailand for a visit, maybe you have been working so hard, you just want to relax, you want to have a change of your mindset to prepare yourself for something. Instead of going to Europe, I will tell you to come to Thailand. It's a nice place. It's a place you'll be able to chill down, you'll be able to relax. There are so many places here in Thailand that are for sightseeing. So many uncountable, and so many places that you can go and that will help you to do that. But Thailand is not a place for somebody that you just take your bag, I want to go and walk in Thailand. Except you are a top professional, then you can have a walk. And when I say professional in your field, because Thailand only provide the platform for top professionals who can walk, because it's an economy that's already standing, and they believe they have a lot of people. Thailand is a country of population of almost 70 million. So they don't allow people to do manual works. They reserve the manual works entirely for their own citizens. So you must already know, they expect you to, if you're a businessman, Thailand is also the best place for you to come for business, because unlike other places in Asia or Asia, they have quality products. Their products can compete with any product all over the world. When they do product, they make sure the quality stands with that of America. So if you also want to, if you want to meet up with a good standard as well as a new ground, Thailand is a place you can look into as a businessman. But it's not so encouraging for somebody that is trying to survive to come to Thailand as a tourist. It's going to be difficult because of the visa issue, because it's not a country that encourages the longevity of visa. If you are here as a tourist, they expect you to spend your money and go back as a tourist. You are not, except you have the grace and opportunity to maybe get it extended through schooling, which we have many people doing now that are Nigerians or Africans. The school, they are in the school, and the school will be able to get you admission. And these are the only thing. But for you to get opportunity to work like manual works, the way it's done in the Western world, is not possible. And when you talk about food, wow, I tell you, sir, the best place to look for food, apart from Nigeria, is Thailand. Thailand has all kinds of foods that you will be amazed. They know how to change so many. Thailand, food is the major thing here, and it's one of the cheapest things here. It's one of the cheapest things, and so many things are available, and they take a lot of care in making their food, because like you rightly said, some food are poisonous. Even myself, I don't get near some food. You have to be careful, because it's not everything you need to eat. If you want to try many things, you must not go to just the roadside places where you just want to get your stomach full because the money is cheap. You need to look for places that are clean. Mostly places in Thailand are very clean. Unlike some of the Asian or Southeast Asian, mostly places are very clean. But the only complication is if you don't know the language or you don't have somebody around you who can guide you on where to go, how to go, that is going to be a little problem.
Oh, okay. So, as a Nigerian who grew up in Western Nigeria, who obviously one of your major food growing up was amala, ewedu, begiri, yon, the rest of them. Now you're in Thailand, married to a Thai woman. How do you get amala? I mean, how do you survive on that?
Okay. First of all, I would like to tell you, all kinds of food in Nigeria are here in Thailand.
Oh, really?
We get a lot of supply. Yeah, we get a lot of supplies, and we have people sending in a lot of things. And I can tell you, my wife loves Nigerian food and eats Nigerian food more than myself.
You have converted you have converted
No. She loves Nigerian food. She cooks Nigerian food better than many Nigerians.
Whoa.
So
that's nice.
So because she loves to cook, and I don't even eat most of the food because as a coach, you don't want to get a big stomach. You have to maintain your body. You have to also maintain your health. You know, you need to adjust a lot of things. So these are, but we don't have a problem about food. And Thai food have a lot of varieties, just like I said to you. You know, rice can be used. You've been to Thailand, so when you want to eat rice, they can make rice to be in variety of 20 things that to eat. So it's not the way we just eat rice and still rice and still rice and still rice and still or jollof rice. They can make rice into varieties of 20 things. So these are the ways that things are being done, you know, over here.
All right, Coach. Finally, let's take one thing that normally happens to young footballers. Young footballers get sometimes agent to tell you, I want to take you to Europe, but first I'll need to take you to a country like Thailand or Vietnam or Indonesia, Bangladesh, Hong Kong, where you would play for 2 years and then I'll take you to Europe. How easy it is for an upcoming footballer to jump on the plane and get to Thailand and begin to play professional football in Thailand?
I quite understand what you were saying, sir. I would like to stress something here. Believe me, sir, Nigerian players are really talented. I mean, those that are really, we have the talent. I always say it to anybody. I say, listen, we have better talent than any other person that have played in Nigeria. We have them right there because, like you rightly said, we have 180 million, over 180 million people. And daily, the talents are just coming, and Nigerians are always getting better and better. That's why I believe, and I have great hope that one day we will have a new Nigeria. I have that. I'm one of the people that have that serious hope.
I believe that too. I believe that seriously.
Yeah, I believe that. And one of the things I'm really trusting God to help me to make my own impact in a way that will change. Because what I see is that the people that move out of Nigeria without a good background in football, because I can tell you, sir, if you don't play the ball, you don't go through the training, and you just wake up one day, you say, I want to play football, you cannot survive in Asia. Because the reason why you cannot survive is because Asia, the moment you come, they want you to help them, not them helping you. You have to take the team upon your shoulders. It's different from Europe. Europe is totally different. In Europe, the coach will see your future. Oh, he has talent. Let's sign him. In Asia, you must start his talent even the first day you come. You must start to show the everything. It's total. I tell people, so the only people who can do that are the people that are already established. By the grace of God, I use myself as an example. I've already played in the league. I've played in the top league. So when I come to Thailand, you cannot compare. I'm already in the system. I faced so many competition. So there are a lot of things inside me that is needed by them. And that is the kind of person they accept. So I will advise our the promoters, the people that take players out. I respect, I agree, we have top players. And most times we think that Asia is not the perfect place. I will tell you no. From Asia, I've seen players from Asia being bought by a team from Belgium. The Ghana boy that was in Thailand was bought to Belgium and he played in the national team. I've really forgotten his name, but he played in AA Gent. Asia is among the top playing. You know, in Thailand, for example, the least paid foreign player is earning $250,000 annually.
Wow.
And we have people earning over 1 million annually in this same league where we are in Thailand. So if you bring the top player, grade A, he will surely survive. Because that's what they want. They want somebody who will help them, somebody who will make the difference. Okay. And not somebody who just want to come and, okay, let me play here and develop. I'm sorry. They don't wait for you to develop here. You must already be developed. Okay. So that is the talent. That is, if I have to bring a player here to develop, you will be sacked by the management because they don't wait. They want to get results immediately.
Okay, I think the Ghanaian player you're talking about is Nana Asari.
No, not Nana Asari. It's another one. I will remember his name. I will still remember his name. Maybe I will send it to you. He played with Buriram United.
Okay.
Yeah, and he did a good job. And a lot of them also from Cameroon. You know, that was before them. They are also in Europe now. So it's not stopping them from going to Europe. If indeed the player is great, if he is a top player that has yeah, like I said to you now, they have 3 players now in Japan playing from Thailand. This Japan league is the #1 in Asia, and followed now by Thailand league. Yeah, Thailand is #2 now, which is considered as one of the top.
Above the Chinese league?
Yes, because the Chinese league, the problem is they have some clubs that are very strong, but not all the clubs are strong. Okay. But they pay more than Thailand. It's not about the pay. It's the league that the people watch a lot. It's
That's true.
Japanese and followed by Thailand. That is the thing now.
Okay, Coach, finally, before I let you go, if tomorrow the NFF picks up their phone and call you and say, Coach Adebayo, Gbadebo, we need you here to come and help us, maybe the under 21, the under 23, or walk up in any of the national team. Is that something you would be open to do? Don't forget that you're a pastor, you're taking care of the nation. Is that something you'd be open to do?
I want to tell you, sir, you know, I'm always proud to be a Nigerian. I can thank God for making me to be a Nigerian because I tell you, God never makes mistake for me to be a Nigerian. And that I thank God for also making me to be different and making the difference. So I think with that question, yes, I'm under authority as a pastor, but you have to know that our Father in the Lord is also a Nigerian. You understand? So that whatever happened, I'm not a full-time pastor, but whatever happened because of my responsibilities, I must still send a report or inform, and then it will not be negative answer. He will pray along with me. Like I said, I believe in new Nigeria. I believe something about Nigeria will be really good and great. So if we sit down and we look from far without commitment, I think it will only be a wish. It don't come. I tell you, sir, I don't believe in people who say this is the Nigerian system. I believe that the system that we need to be looking into now is future. And that is what I learned a lot in Thailand. They plan, they make sure they make their league to be very strong and make it for their citizens to be able to push their level so that they can compete outside and also to have the joy of playing in their country, also believing to put the standard. So which I believe also we need to transform, and which I believe many young bloods are ready to do that in Nigeria. So if NFF saw the need, I mean, if they see the need, and you know, coaching is a lot of, I saw many people talking about, I don't want to go into this, about, you know, Nigeria is like Brazil. Nigeria is the top place. Nigeria is one of the top, no, you cannot take anything for granted when you are handling the national team.
Yeah.
It's only, you have to even in the club here in Thailand, you just have the management don't want to listen to your excuses. So, but they trust you, they back you up. So this is one of the things that every coach will need, because, like I said to you, sir, planning is winning. If I'm invited with all my heart, I'll be happy. But we need to see that we need to make proper plan. And this plan is not planning of only talk. It has to be a practical one, because there must be a roadmap. Believe me, Nigeria, we have everything. With a proper roadmap, I can guarantee you, if we can win the under 17 World Cup, I've made a lot of research. If we can win the under 17 World Cup with players choosing all from academy in Nigeria, then what stops us from winning the under 20 World Cup? I will tell you, sir, if time is still available.
We have a few minutes.
Yeah. The problem is, you know, when the player move from under 17 to under 20, there are so many influences outside. Now they are getting older. So many interests. They are not under 17 people again. So there must be a good management and a good structure to make this happen. That's why we have problems. It's not about performance. It's about a lot of things is involved. And now when the player move from that level now to the senior Eagles, is another thing. So it must be the structure must be strong. And when that is strong with the coach, I can guarantee you to win everything for this under 20, under 23, and Super Eagles will be possible. And I will be willing, that's my big dream. One day I will be in that position.
All right. Thank you very much, Pastor and Coach Adebayo Gbadebo, for your time on the Chit Chat with me. And I want to say a very big thank you also to Mr. Nelson, who made this possible. Mr. Nelson is doing a great job helping us to make sure that the Surulere League comes alive and become better. We're working seriously in, promoting and improving grassroots sports in Nigeria, starting with Lagos. And Mr. Nelson, your very good friend who also was your schoolmate, and your teammate in the Noga Games team for UI, have done well. I hope that our viewers would see this and be inspired. Be inspired from many facets of this story, from where he lost his leg and God intervened to trust God and leave purpose for him. For his ability to persevere, to try to balance pleasing his dad and pursuing a career and pursuing academics. Now in Thailand, settling into Thailand, learning the language, understanding the people, painstakingly taking the time to study and getting a coaching certificate. There's a whole lot to learn there. I once worked with a boss who told me that for 6 years, he was driving from Lagos, Ogba, to Ogun State, OGBC, to go and do a radio show every single day unfailingly. I say, scripture will say a man diligent in his way, he will stand before king and not mere men. And these are people who always make me understand that scripture. Thank you very much, Coach Adebayo Gbadebo, for your time. And we will talk to you subsequently again after now. We wish you and your team and your family the very, very best of times.
It's a great pleasure. Thank you so much for this wonderful chit chat and opportunity. And I feel at home. I just want to say a big thank you to my skipper, Mr. Nelson, also who brought us together. And I'm really, really, really impressed with what you are doing, sir. And I believe we are on the same track. And it's wonderful privilege and a great honor to be on this platform. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. You're welcome, sir. And have a great day. Bye.
Bye.